Hello, good morning, dear friends. In previous classes, we studied about introduction of nervous system and neuron. Today, I am discussed about classification of neurons. Classification of neuron based on structures are unipolar, bipolar, multipolar, enagonic, unipolar, bipolar, multipolar, exanonic. Polar means pole. Unipolar, bipolar, unipolar एक पोल, बाइपोलर दो पोल और मल्टीपोलर मल्टीपल और अनेक पोल. Unipolar neuron is a neuron in which only one process called a neurite extends from the cell body. सेल बॉडी से केवल एक ही एक्सॉन निकलता है, यूनिपोलर न्यूरॉन. डायग्राम में हम देख सकते हैं यूनिपोलर न्यूरॉन, बाइपोलर न्यूरॉन एंड मल्टीपोलर न्यूरॉन. Multipolar neuron have a single axon and many dendrites extending from the cell body. Multiple neuron have a single axon and many dendrites extending from the cell body. It presents in central nervous system. Multipolar neuron presents in central nervous system. Bipolar neurons have two processes emerging from cell body. It founds in retina, olfactory neuroepithelium, vestibulocochlear nerve. Bipolar nerve has two processes emerging from cell body. It found in retina, olfactory neuroepithelium, vestibulocochlear nerve. Classification based on the size of neuron. Classification of nerve based on the neuron. Previous was classification of nerve according to poles. This is classification based on size of neuron. Golgi type 1, Golgi type 2. This is the diagram of Golgi type 1 and Golgi type 2. Functional classification of neurons. Sensory और efferent neurons. Sensory और efferent neurons. Interneurons. motor और efferent neurons. Sensory और efferent neurons. Interneurons, motor और efferent neurons. You read sensory or efferent neurons at place of sensory of afferent neurons. This is typing mistake. In this diagram, sensory neuron, interneuron and motor neuron. Sensory neuron receives sensation and carries from periphery to central. And in center you see a structure cell body where interneurons and this transmitted to other neurons and then with the axon motor neurons carry the impulse from center to periphery. So in this video we see about the classification of neurons based on structure unipolar, bipolar, multipolar, enagonic, and classification of the size based on Classification based on size of the neurons, Golgi type 1, Golgi type 2. Functional classification of neuron, sensory or afferent neurons, interneurons, motor or efferent neurons. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe.